Okay, there we go. Yay! Welcome, everybody, to episode 168 of the CosCast.
Nice.
Today's main subject is crafting versus buying cosplays. This subject was sent to us by the lovely Ryurai Art and Cosplay. Thank you for suggesting it to us. We've talked about the subject on and off several times before, but I don't think we've ever had a proper, full-on special episode about it. Not that I can remember, at least. But
we might have, but I don't know. And if we have, it's a long time ago.
Yes, we are now at 168 episodes. It's kind of hard to keep track of them all.
And also we have grown since we started anyway, so we probably have new information or new things to talk about anyway.
Very true. Hi to the Art who is in the chat. You were first. Ding ding.
Yeah.
Like most times, you were first. All right, so before we move into our main subject, let's move into our usual segments. So, have we been working on anything cosplay related during the past few weeks?
No, sadly I have not.
I wish I could say that I had, but no, me neither. There's just not been time or money or anything, really.
So if anyone in the chat have, let us know.
Yeah. Oh, Dura is looking for fabric for next year.
Nice.
But that's cosplay progress, I would say. It's like the planning process is a part of cosplay too.
Yeah.
I mean, I have talked about maybe actually trying to realize my dream of making a Batman costume for myself. Only it would be Batwoman, but I want it to be kind of muscly. And not just a cat suit, that fits tight to your body. I want it to be padded and look like armor, just like Batman's, only for my body instead. Maybe I will look at the Catwoman design that's at, I think it's HBO, new TV series. No, not Catwoman, Batwoman. Oh my gosh, my brain.
Yeah. That looks like it could be sort of kind of what you're looking for, what you're envisioning.
Maybe.
We'll see.
But that's it's just a thought. It's not a plan. I have 2 other things that I want to do first anyway, but need to get started on my aria.
There's always plans and ideas. I mean, I still want to make my vampire cosplay from the new Bloodlines game that is coming next year, but I haven't really... I bought a wig, and I have some little bits and pieces, but no fabric or anything that really, will allow me to start.
No.
So, we'll see. This year is not the year for cosplay, apparently.
Maybe 2020 will be better.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. But I'm really excited about maybe doing the fairy godmothers at some point, though, because that would be so funny.
Yeah, we should go fabric shopping for the fairy godmothers so we can coordinate a little.
Yeah, that would be good. We're very uncoordinated in general.
Yeah, like I think I would send you two to find fabric, and then I'll just follow later, because I hate going into a place and talk about what to buy and then go to another place and talk more about what to buy and then turn around. I just want to go in, find the first fabric I can find, buy it, and done. That's what I want. Anything more than that, it gets too annoying for me.
Yes, I guess we'll just have to scout ahead and take photos of what we find, and like, yes, you want this fabric, go buy it. Ryudai Art says you have to do fairy godmothers. Well, we will try. We will do our best. And Rick Makes Stuff says hi Rick.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hello.
Nice to see you again. Also, let us know if our audio is good, by the way. I assume it is since you're replying to what we're saying, but, it's hard to tell sometimes. Rick says, so basically Sunniva needs a cosplay personal shopper. Yes, I think she would enjoy that, maybe. Like, just go get
if
me
that
this.
personal shopper didn't speak at all to me, just come with my fabric, deliver it, and then go. That's fine.
That's
if they
what
want
she
to
wants.
talk about the fabric, I'm like, no, I
Go
don't
away.
understand. Go away. I don't care if it's 98% cotton or whatever. Just get a fabric that looks right. That's all I need to know.
Fairly easy in that way.
So basically, just send a text message. I'm gonna do this cosplay. Buy me fabrics, and then they come with your fabrics.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
All right, let's see. Since we haven't really done much in the ways of cosplay, let's just move along to the cosplay and geek news of the past 2 weeks. We don't have a lot of news, but we have some pretty good news. So the first thing on the agenda is that the winners from the Telia Liga cosplay contest were chosen last weekend.
Yes.
And the winners were Heresetai got 3rd place with her Sansa cosplay. Norality cosplay got 2nd place with her Mary cosplay, I think it was. Yeah. And 1st place went to at Julian Makes Things. He was wearing one of his like Mass Effect soldier, no, Halo?
Yes.
Halo soldier armor suits. Which is amazing.
I've been following the progress for that one for a long time. It seems like it looks so good.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
It is. It's so shiny and so precise,
yes.
and yeah, it's very, very good.
Pretty.
Yeah, so congratulations to you guys for winning.
Yes.
And also, Julian Makes Things did a very amazing thing. He donated his prize money to Cosplay Against Cancer.
Oh, wow. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, so not only is he a talented cosplayer, he's a very nice guy too, apparently.
Very generous.
Yes. So there you have it. Yeah, so moving on to the next one. This one is a little bit more personal. This isn't so much community news, I guess, more as it is, like, yeah, personal. A big congratulations is due to our friend Antarctus Cosplay, who just got engaged with his girlfriend.
Yes, and the fun thing about this engagement is that we hosted a Christmas meetup last year, and that's where the two of them met for the first time. So
and
we are truly fairy godmothers.
Yes.
And that's also the place that he proposed.
Yes. They took a ride on the like Ferris wheel thingy, and he proposed to her there.
Oh, so cheese. I love it.
It's so romantic, so cute. He's adorable. So congratulations to the both of them. And as Sunniva said, we truly are fairy godmothers / matchmakers. I don't know. Making good things happen, at least.
We make people meet, but not matchmaking, because that's all up to you.
Yeah, that's all up to them.
Yeah, we're just, providing the opportunity to meet others.
Yes. It's an important service. Anyway, we're super happy that you guys have found each other and that you've gotten engaged. So all the best to you in the future. Next up is because the new Pokemon Sword and Shield games recently were released, me and one of my artist friends decided to create a Pokemon art challenge. So we've drawn each other as Pokemon trainers with Pokemon from the new Galar region, from the new games. And everyone who wants to join in can go to my Instagram account at Anita Olsen Art or at jamie.illustration and read the rules and draw yourself or one of your friends as a Pokemon trainer with a cute Pokemon buddy. And just use the hashtag Pokemon Buddies and we'll repost your stuff in our stories. So, yeah. Do that, because I would love to see some more Pokemon Buddy art.
Nice.
Yeah. And last piece of news is that if you're into shippy, hot and steamy cosplay photos, why not drop by at Silisikuni or at Sofieris, at Ina Golf, at Tansuar, or at Matilda Sommer on Instagram? They have a lot of content coming out these days, and it is very, very hot and steamy and shippy and all that good stuff that we know a lot of you like. So, well worth a visit. I mean, I get kind of like, I can't watch those photos in public. I get all like oh, okay, let's scroll past that one and save it for later.
Yeah, but like I always think about that when I scroll through my page thingy, and suddenly something Jessica Negri pops up, or something like that, and of that nature. I'm like, I hope nobody saw that.
I'm not a perv, I swear.
Then I have to think like, because when you're seated at a bus, then I feel like everyone can look into my phone.
Yeah.
But you never can see anything anyone else is doing. Like the people that's sitting in the seat in front of you don't see their screen because there's a seat in the way.
No.
But it feels like everyone from behind you can see everything.
Yeah.
So
the thing is, if you saw something weird on someone's phone in public, you wouldn't really comment on it because you would be just as awkward yourself. Like, oh my gosh, I was not meant to see that. Let's just pretend we didn't, shall we? At least that's how I react. Get awkward.
I think perv. No, I don't.
No, you don't.
Not really. I don't really care what other people do. No.
No. Okay. Just so we're on the clear. All right. So yeah, that was pretty much the news we had from the cosplay community this week. If you have anything else you want to share, please feel free to post it in the chat. If you feel like we've missed out on something. So without any more ado, let's jump right into the main subject of this episode, which is crafting cosplay versus buying cosplay. So yeah,
just to show off, I have a bought piece of cosplay on me, like bought tie and bought. This shirt is actually for the AKB.
Yeah.
Cosplay, and well, this is Harry Potter. I mean,
Tonya came prepared today.
Kinda.
Yeah. No. So as we said in the beginning of the show, this topic was suggested to us by Ryurai Cosplay. So props to you for suggesting it. It's a conversation that keeps popping up in the community. I'm not sure if we can call it a problem. To the extent of like blackfacing, how that is a problem, but it's something that cosplayers talk about and have a lot of feelings about, it seems.
Yeah, I think some people may feel like they're not good enough, or someone is giving out the vibe that they're not good enough when it comes to crafted versus bot. But I guess we're probably gonna talk more about that later. I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, like, I feel like this is an important topic to talk about because, as you said, some people can feel that pressure to perform, to be as great as someone else who's amazing at crafting or amazing at, wig styling or whatever, just because they see someone else doing so great and they feel pressured to do as great themselves. And like cosplay, you're not really a cosplayer unless you make everything from scratch, which is so totally not true.
Yeah, no, it's a stupid saying, and it's really stupid that some people think that is true as well.
Yeah.
It's just not what it's about. If that's what you think cosplay is about, then you've
missed the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I thought at first when I first started to do cosplay, that cosplay was about making your own costume. Like, you had to buy fabric, you had to have a Facebook page, you had to do this, you had to do that. or else you wasn't a real cosplayer, because cosplayers made their own costumes. They did. I mean, yeah, the pressure was pretty high.
Mm.
At least I felt it was, because that was my initial thoughts about being a cosplayer. And yeah, well, it has changed, obviously, during the years making my own cosplays. I never felt that I was good enough at making them. I mean, others, commented saying that I made nice cosplays and that I progressed in my skill sets, but still, I was never really satisfied with what I did, like 100%. So I really do like to buy cosplays. It saves me a lot of time and often a lot of money as well.
Mm.
And I think that a lot of cosplays I have bought looks pretty darn amazing, and
Mm.
I like wearing them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I mean, uh, some of the different types of cosplay that we feel belongs in the category of crafted versus bought is also there's like this middle thing, which one could say is like closet cosplay or craft modified cosplays, where you've bought something and then changed it so it looks very different, like buying a pair of pants and distressing them and adding details to them and making them look like, Inquisitor pants from Dragon Age Inquisition, or buying a T-shirt and painting a print on it. Like, I feel like that's kind of like a middle thing between buying and crafting, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
Mm.
that's a very important distinction, but it's out there. It exists. It's like a way for the two worlds to meet, so to speak.
Mm.
But I think everyone does some things themselves to their costumes. There's
Mm.
very rarely that you just buy it, put it on, and that's all you
Yeah,
do.
that's true. Sometimes you need to take something in, or you need to add some details, or style the wig that you bought. You rarely just put it on and you're good to go. That doesn't happen a lot.
And I would also say that just putting on a costume, no matter
Mm.
if it's bought or not, um, just putting it on is a creative process in and on itself. Shows like it shows part of your personality that doesn't show maybe um, in normal state.
Mm.
Yeah, normal clothes.
Yeah. No,
So it's like I think it's cosplay is more of an expression really than if your costume is bought or not.
mm.
But
I
that's
mean,
not the motive.
like, we always come back to the thing that cosplay is about having fun.
Yes.
And cosplay isn't about rules, and cosplay isn't about being better or worse than anyone else. It's about doing what you want to do because it's fun and it's rewarding. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it makes you happy. That's the only reason why people should start with cosplay in the beginning, really, in my opinion, because you do it for you. You don't do it for anyone else or for anyone else's approval in
Mm-hmm.
the end.
Mm. Of course, it is nice to get,
Of course.
feedback, like positive feedback.
Mm.
And it's really destroying when people say that if you have bought your costume, then you're not a cosplayer, or you're not welcome in the community. That's
Mm.
like saying you're not welcome in this community because you have bought it and not made it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
complete BS,
Oh
Mm.
basically.
yes.
Erenru says that cosplay is fun. We don't need to take everything so serious. Haha.
Mm.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
we're all just, people who dress up,
Yeah.
really.
Because we love fandoms and geeky stuff, and we want to express ourselves and creativity and show our love of the things we love to other people,
Mm.
and that's
Mm.
good enough. And Rick Make Stuff says that I think that's one of the biggest myths about cosplay. Even the big cosplayers commission pieces. Which, yes,
Oh, yeah.
very fair point. A lot of cosplayers that are like big industry name cosplayers who do it professionally commission stuff of other people, because everyone has strengths and weaknesses, and you can't expect anyone to just be able to do everything and be able to afford to make everything. Just unrealistic. Absolutely.
Indeed.
So you touched upon it like really briefly, Tonya, but what did we think about buying versus crafting cosplay when we started?
I kind of had the feeling that like certain societies inside the cosplay community, that it was that you had to make it yourself, because it kind of felt like that, because a lot of people do make it, but it's just that if you don't know if a costume is bought or created by the person themselves, you never know that really unless you ask.
Yeah, unless you ask.
I mean, some things you know is custom made, but you don't know who made it necessarily.
Exactly. So my first initial feeling was that you kind of had to make it yourself.
Yeah.
But it was kind of exciting too, because I was interested in crafting. But I understand, like, maybe if I were to get into the cosplay community when I was a little bit younger and didn't know anything about crafting yet, then I know for a fact that I would have just bought a costume from eBay and worn it. Like, I own a few kind of like Lolita clothes when I was a little bit younger. And all of those things were from eBay or other, like, I didn't make that.
No.
And I know that a lot of cosplayers kind of dabbled into that kind of style or fashion before they kind of moved on to costumes and stuff after that.
For sure. I mean, I've always loved dressing up. Like, ever since I was a kid, I had like huge bins of just old clothes we had bought at flea markets that I could dress up in. And in my teen years, I was very into the whole goth, emo, Lolita kind of styles. And that's kind of like dressing up too, because it's expressing, you know, your love of subculture and fandoms and personality and music through the way you dress and wear your makeup. And so just transitioning into cosplay felt like a very natural thing. It wasn't very like a big leap. Dressing up has always been sort of kind of part of my life. But as Tonya and Sunniva, when we first started, we were like, oh, we have to make a Facebook page and we have to choose a cosplay name and we have to do all of these things to be cosplayers because that's what everyone else did. So you automatically thought like, oh, well, that's how it works, apparently, I guess. But you don't have to do all of these things. You can just cosplay and go to conventions and that's good enough. But we were like, oh no, we're going to do all the social media things and all of that stuff and make everything from scratch. And it was a very steep learning curve because I didn't know how to sew when I started. I was like, well, I guess I got to learn now. Good excuse. Hey.
Same.
So but I've always loved crafting. So to me, like, making something that I've never made before is a huge it's a personal reward thing. Like, I feel a sense of achievement when I finished a cosplay or done something that I haven't done before and actually succeed in making it. It might take 2 or 3 attempts before you get it right, but that's also part of the process and why one feels a sense of achievement at the end. So, I mean, crafting has a lot of merits. I love crafting and I will always, enjoy crafting my own cosplay a little bit more than just buying something. But at the same time, buying something is amazing when you don't want to make it or you're just like, I have a deadline, I need it now, I know I'm not going to be able to make it on my own. Let's just buy it, you know? So
Yeah, unless you are planning to compete in a competition
Yeah.
that has a rule set that you need to have a self-made costume, then it doesn't
Yeah.
have anything to say,
No,
really.
exactly.
The only thing, like, merit that I see about making your own costume instead of just buying a random one is that you get the costume custom for yourself and your body, and it will fit you better, maybe.
Mm. Well, that's true. If you make it, it will probably fit better. And you never really know what you get sometimes when you order, especially from eBay. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
some costume shops online are more reliable than others, I'm sure. But I'm always a little bit nervous when I order something, just because my body is not a standard proportion. I'm short and I have a short back and small boobs. So everything is bound to be a little too tight or a little too big in places where it shouldn't be. So I always end up having to modify things when I buy them anyway, which is one of the drawbacks.
I think a lot of people have the same issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last costume I bought was for the Sailor Moon costume group
Yeah.
we did, and I ordered like the custom sized, where I had to send in my measurements, and I mean, it's a little big, but the shape of it fits very nicely.
Mm. Yeah, no, it looks really good on you. It really does. So you were really lucky with that one. And let's see. I'm just gonna go into the chat so it doesn't get out of hand. Because Erenru says, "Make what you think is fun to make, and buy what you don't like to make." Yes, I very much agree. Like we're going to talk about our AKB cosplays a little bit later. Those were definitely one I did not want to make. Ryudai Art says, "It is such an important theme to talk about. I feel like so many people are scared of buying cosplays recently. And I remember I started out buying costumes, and they're still some of my favorite cosplays I've done to date. Even those where I just found pieces in my or my mother's closet and used it."
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the best.
It is, especially when you have something that you've had for years and you're just like, "Oh, yes, this will be perfect for this cosplay," and you get to use it, and it kind of feels like it was meant to be mine. I was meant to buy this item many moons ago because now it finally has its use. So totally. And Erendru says, "To wear a bot cosplay is just as fun to wear as a self-made one."
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Yes. Thank you to Erenru who posted something. I don't know if you gave us bits or what you did, but thank you. It made a little ding sound.
Oh.
Let's see. Rick Makes Stuff says, "I wonder if the dislike of bot costumes comes from older members of the community who had to make their own stuff. I remember back when I first found out about cosplay, the only thing you could buy was Halloween costume quality, and making your own costumes was just how it was done." Yeah, that might be. I could totally see that. Like, you know, when people have like the sense of, "I had to fight for everything I have today," sort of that mentality, it gets really hard to accept the fact that newer generations have it a little bit easier. Like, it's kind of like, oh, it's just so easy for them now, so it's not valid. It's not real cosplay, because back in the day we had to like make
Use
our own
cardboard.
Yeah.
We had to use cardboard and
glass
we had to go
fibers
out and chop the trees ourselves. Now you get foam clay. Boo.
Yeah. So so yeah, I think Rick Makes Stuff might be onto something. I mean,
Oh yeah.
we're adults. We're fairly older than the average person in the cosplay community. But because we started with cosplay so late in life, we don't have that mentality. Because we came into it just like as total noobs, like, "Oh, how do I thread a sewing machine? I don't know. Help me." So
No, but I don't think don't think that kind of is something that regards every person who's been into the
No.
cosplay community for a long time. But I know that a lot of people have tendencies to be like that, what you described, not necessarily in the cosplay community, but in other things in life.
Yeah.
Like if it's a very normal reaction if suddenly things easier than it used to.
Yeah, it's the mentality of everything was better in the old days.
Yeah.
Like the okay boomer meme that's going on.
Let's see. Ryudai says that I recently went to my first convention not dressed up. It was so weird, but also refreshing.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's actually quite nice.
Yeah, it is. It's different. It's very different because we do it sometimes when we have live shows and stuff, and we're just like, you know what? No, I'm not going to dress up. I'm just going to wear a CosCast t-shirt, and that's good enough. and sometimes that's really nice too.
Yeah. Rhythmic Stuff says the same thing that we just said. Old cosplayers, you kids and your Eva phone. Back when I was a kid, I had to make up fiberglass and resin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I remember when we first got started before Warbla was like really mainstream. Like every cosplay armor tutorial I looked up on the internet was like fiberglass. Like you need a garage and you need this and this and this equipment in order to make a fiberglass armor. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. No, I guess I'll sew instead. It's easier.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when I made armor, the only bit of armor things I've ever made, these two, which is cardboard and toilet rolls.
Yeah, because sometimes that's all you need. Doesn't have to be fancy schmancy material. Let's see. Erenru talks about the whole buying cosplays from vendors and not knowing the size. She had to buy 2 different costumes from 2 different vendors to put together the different pieces so that it would be an okay cosplay in the end.
I kind of did that once because I bought a diva suit that was quite expensive out of eBay, and then when I got it, I don't like it at all. I don't like the material that's used. I don't like the way it's put together. The fit is all right. It's just that I don't like the suit because it feels like a motorcycle suit. It has like this suit under the
It's very padded and it wasn't uncomfortable. But you have to have a long neck in order to wear it well. I tried it on and I just looked like, like Atle Antonsen. Like I didn't have a neck at all. So it wasn't very flattering. It was not.
No, it fits my body. It's just that I don't like the way it's made. So, but like it came with a set of gloves. So the gloves I use from that set, because I have another diva suit too that I bought from Ninja Girl when she sold the one she has, and yeah, that one is just like it's just a stretchy fabric that's printed. And I like it much better, even though the other one looks nicer when you just look at it.
No, for sure. The other one looks more high quality. Like, it looks like a real suit that Diva would wear, but it's not as comfortable as the stretchy lycra suit thing.
No, the stretchy one is actually, it looks better on my body.
Yeah. Erenru says, ooh, I also bought a Diva suit. Actually, I had to buy 2 different ones because the suits were all wrong. I feel you so bad. 2K for a suit that you can't use is sad. It is very sad. It really is.
I feel you so much.
And Rick says that the fiberglass and everything is the reason I only ever made a Halo Spartan helmet and not the whole costume. Yeah, I getcha. That sounds like a lot of work. Let's see. So we have some photos that we wanted to share during the episode of one of our first group cosplays. I'm going to share it here. So it's our Link cosplays that we did together.
It looks so cute. I loved it.
It looks really good, but here's the thing, because this one is made.
Yeah.
And you can clearly see the different type of material we have used and different
I
ways that we
cannot
have.
see it.
No, but the fun thing about this is that it's partly bought and partly made for all of us. There are different things that we've made and different things that we've bought.
Absolutely. But the thing is, like, when you see it all together, it kind of looks good. But if we were to buy a costume, it would have been more the same. Because we are not wearing the same wig. Me and you, Anita, are wearing the same wig. But that's not the point. I think you have to think about what the point of the costumes are.
Yeah.
Do you mind it being a little bit different? Do you mind me and Tonya are having the same colored pants and Anita is not having the same color as us?
Yeah.
Or it doesn't matter?
Yeah.
It's those kind of things.
Because we weren't very coordinated on this group cosplay. We were like, well, we'll just make whatever is comfortable and of what we can find. That works, right?
This is a cheap wig. Let's buy it.
It's fine.
I mean, as you can see, my wig has a different color.
Yeah.
It's lighter.
Yeah. And a slightly different part in the bangs. But I mean, we had so much fun, and it was like, it's one of those cosplays that we've gotten the most attention for. Whenever we wear it, people are like, oh my god, Link, yay!
Yeah, I remember the first version of this because Anita, you were the only one who actually finished your costume. And then we did a show on BansaiCon where our guests had to finish me and Tanya's costumes because we were lazy. And it was just like a t-shirt with duct tape belt and a pinned together hat. It was so shitty, you have no idea. But when we three walked together around the convention, people came up to us and went like, oh, you are the three Links! How cool cosplay! Wow, so cool! Like all the kind of things that was wrong was just masked by us being an awesome group. So I mean, anything goes.
Yeah, exactly. Renru says, love the bangs. Oh my god, tutorial, please. Yeah, I don't have that wig anymore. But basically what it was just teasing, the hair and then spraying it with got to be glued and then brushing the soft, smooth parts over the teased part. And also heat. Use a hair dryer on high heat and just blast the hairspray in place. That helps too. There are good tutorials out there. This was not a good tutorial. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk on bad cosplay wig styling. But Ryudai says, you three look amazing, and now I can't wait to see your fairy godmother's costumes. Yes, I will not stop bringing them up.
It will be fabric because Anita's gonna finish hers. So me and Tonya is just gonna have fabric draped around us, and it's gonna be stuck together with duct tape, and everyone's gonna be like, oh, amazing.
And then it says 10 out of 10 will try. Wig styling in 1 minute. Yes, crash course in wig styling. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so the next picture we brought is our let's see, yes, our Sailor Squad costumes.
Oh, we look so good.
Yes, we look so cute. And this is like, Tonya, you ordered yours, and me and Sunniva made ours. And you can't really tell much of a difference, really.
Nope.
No, it looks pretty good. And
only that I look like the Michelin Man. That's
no, you don't.
Oh yes,
I look like I have wings. I mean,
yeah, those shoulder pads are huge.
They are. I think that's like the thing that kind of sticks out to me in this is just the different size of the shoulder pads of all three of us.
Yes, because none of them are the same.
No.
But we had so much fun doing this group cosplay at Torukan because we had a fourth member, the amazing Martin. He
Praetorian
was
cosplay.
Yes, Praetorian cosplay. He was Sailor Neptune.
Neptune, yeah.
Yes, Sailor Neptune. So he was, of course, the MVP of the squad. It was a lot of fun. So I hope we get to wear them at some point in the future. It would be fun. So yeah, that's also. we end up, when we do group cosplays, we do a little bit of both. We do a little bit of make and buy and alter. And wigs, let's see. Erenru says that she's always struggling with wigs. I can barely do a basic braid. Well, wigs are difficult. Especially if they're too thin or too thick. Because then you're like, okay, I don't have enough hair to cover this area if I style it. Or I have so much hair that I can't style it. So it's tricky. It really is. But I know a lot of Norwegian cosplayers, or not a lot, but a few sometimes commission Bellan Ribbon to style wigs for them. She's very good at it. I think she's a hairdresser. I'm pretty sure. So maybe that's something. You could ask someone to help you style your wigs. Maybe commission a styled wig. If that's a thing. Let's see. So the last image we're gonna share is a completely bought cosplay. We did not make any of this.
Well, we kind of modified the shoes a bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
We put ribbons in them and didn't lace them all the way up.
Yeah.
And those hats, those Christmas hats, are the cheapest, most awfulest material ever. It's like...
They do a good job.
Yeah, they work. In the picture, they work. But they were awful.
But let's talk about pros and cons about
Yes.
this particular bot costume.
Yes.
We can do the pros first, maybe?
Yeah, sure. Now, the pro was that all the material was the same. So we looked the same. And it was actually very high quality. I only had to take my jacket in a little bit because it was slightly too big.
Now you're on the cons.
No, but it was good. Like, yeah, but that's a con. Like, that was the only thing wrong with it. It was really high quality, and I was just super happy with that. And I don't know what other pros. Well, I didn't have to make it.
Yeah, we save time.
Yes.
And you could the only thing you need to do is just wait for it to arrive.
Yeah.
As you said, everything is the same. So, like, if we were a huge group, it would look super cool because everyone would look the same.
Yeah.
The cons, though, were, as you said, sizing.
Yes. Tonya's unfortunately turned out to be way too big.
But then again, you didn't measure yourself before you bought.
Yeah,
press
that's true.
buy.
Yeah, that's because I have a very, very wrong view on my own body.
Yes.
I mean, we all are pretty short people. We're pretty kind of similar in size, but I apparently have a smaller body.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
So you need to be one size smaller than us in general.
Yeah. So that was one mistake I did, thinking that I was just the same size as you guys. So I bought the same size you did.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So the boots we ordered separate, and the outfits came separate, and the hats came separate. So Rick wants to make, what was the cost of the AKB costume to compare to making? And honestly, with prices how they are in Norway, I think it was cheaper to actually buy the whole thing instead of making it from scratch.
Yeah.
Well, what was it, like 700 kroner?
I think
700?
the outfit itself was between 700 and 900.
Oh, I thought it was around 600. No, yeah, 600. I thought.
Well, it like £60, let's say.
Yeah.
Somewhere between 60 and 70 pounds. And then the shoes were 30 pounds ish. And then wigs in addition. So let's say it maybe cost us £150 total, 160 depending. Around there, I would say. And for a full cosplay with all the different fabrics we would have had to buy, it would probably have been more. Probably around at least £50 more.
Maybe. At least if you count in hours that you would spend on it too.
Yes, that too.
Yes. And the good thing about us ordering from the same site is that we got a similar Scottish pattern.
Yeah, the same plaid pattern.
Tartar.
Yeah.
Tartan?
Tartan. Yes.
Yes.
The same tartan pattern.
Yeah, because if we had bought on different sites or actually gone into different textile shops and buying tartan patterns, that would be very different, I think.
Yes, and also
Yeah.
they probably wouldn't have that little gold thread detail in them like the costumes do. So
Yeah.
because that's not very that's not something you see a lot. So yeah, that's definitely a pro. It was cheaper and it took less time because we just had to wait for it to arrive in the mail. And as Erenru says, it's usually you usually have to take in costumes when you buy them anyway, so it's not really a big con.
No.
Also, another pro, it's more screen accurate.
That's true. I think this is more screen accurate than we would have been able to do by ourselves, for sure.
But I also think this is why we decided to buy it, because it's so many small details.
Yes.
It's so many parts. And because we found a site that sold the costumes affordably, and also the quality looked really nice, it was a win-win situation on that. So if you find a costume online that you're like, oh, this is perfect for this, buy it.
Yeah,
if you have the money for it, then why not buy it? Or you can want it for Christmas or something.
Yeah, exactly. Just ask your friends or your family or your spouse, like, for I want this for Christmas. Order it from eBay for me, please. Thank you. Just have them order it in good time in advance. So I mean, I guess that kind of sums up what we think about crafting versus buying cosplays these days. Is whatever floats your boat, really.
Yeah. And also, I don't want to strain my brain doing things that I love crafting, don't get me wrong, but if things gets too hard, then it doesn't become fun for me anymore. Like skirts, I can make skirts, that's fine. But if you're gonna make like a crafted jacket that fits you super, super nicely and it's like fine lines and details like that, I don't have the skills to do that the way I want to.
No.
And then I would have just not liked my costume. Kind of like with the sailor costume, because I don't really like I like the sailor costumes, but I don't like myself in it. So if I had bought it, I might have been more happy about like the things I don't like about my costume as it is now.
Maybe you should try to, buy a replacement and maybe just modify it where you need it.
No, I don't have to do that. It's very easy to replace the things I don't like about the costume I already have. So if I'm gonna wear it again, then I'm definitely to fix those things.
No, so yeah, that's basically how we feel about it. It's very easy. Like, as long as it's fun, as long as it either saves us time, money, or frustration, we do it.
Pants. I would never make myself a pair of fitted jeans.
Then
I would rather go and buy them.
But like pirate pants or something like that.
That's fine.
That's fine. That's fine. I can do that. That's not too hard. But putting in zippers and pants and like a proper crotch area, no, I don't want to do that.
I can make leggings and pirate pants.
Yes.
Anything else, no.
Anything stretchy.
Yeah.
Yes, anything stretchy.
And I mean, there's also this fine line, like you're kind of in on the subject, Sunniva, but like the line between challenging yourself and doing something that you're just not ready for yet. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how I feel about Order of the Lotus Irelia. Like I really want to do it, but I'm terrified. So I think I'm procrastinating a little bit just because I'm too scared to start.
Yeah.
Because it's so intimidating. And I'm so scared that, I won't be able to do it and I will have wasted tons of money on materials that I'm just going to have to throw away. But maybe I just need to do that and, fuck it up and have to throw things away. Like you said, you had to throw away a cosplay recently and it was very liberating.
It was, because it's a costume I've had laying around for like 2 years. I originally made it for Spill Expo, like, not this one, not the one before that, but like the 3 Spill Expos ago is when I made it. And I didn't finish it. And it fits really nice. Then I had some problems with like a jacket thing that was supposed to go on top of the costume, and I just put it away, and it's just been there. And I've been like, I want to make it. I want to finish it. I want to finish it. And I tried to finish it this year, 2 years later, and it didn't work. And it kind of made me happy because now it's gone. I don't have to think about it anymore.
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago when I made it, and I haven't done anything until now. I'm kind of already done with it, but it's like just hovering.
Like
inside my brain, like I know it's there, but now it's not. It's not a problem anymore. So
it's a good way of thinking about it.
I totally understand that feeling. I have a Merida cosplay that I was planning on doing. It's kind of my own interpretation of the Merida cosplay, because Merida was the first real character cosplay I made. And I wanted to do my own artistic version of it. And I started doing it. I have made like the upper part, like a vest thing, and started to attach the skirt, and it stopped there. So it's very far from finish. And I'm not sure if I ever will finish it. I'm not sure. It's tucked away in the cupboard for some time.
The foreseeable
maybe never.
Future.
I mean, I still have lots of fabric laying around to, do it, but we'll see.
If you ever feel ready and inspired,
Yep.
All right, let's see. Erendru says, just start with the fun stuff and do the hard stuff last. If you've already made everything, it's so much easier to think, fuck it, we'll finish it.
I have to go the opposite way, actually. I need to start with the hardest part and do the fun things last, because if I do all the fun things first, then I will procrastinate.
Yes. No, I'm kind of like, I have to section it off, so I have to do one really hard thing, and then I will reward myself by letting myself do a fun thing. And then I have to do a hard thing again, and then a fun thing. Just so I can do like a stretch goal thing. Because if not, I just get too in my own head, and then I never start.
I have no such tactics at all. Nothing.
Rick says the motto of all cosplayers, fuck it, that'll do. Yes! Yes! That is my life, my life slogan. Fuck it, that'll do. Especially when I clean and tidy. It's like, yeah, good enough.
But I'm like a bulldozer. If I need to have enough time to finish whatever I have started. I hate to let things lie around. If I'm not able to finish it like the same day or over a certain amount of days, then that's why I don't do like big, huge projects. I need to have a plan of when I'm going to start. It's going to be finished.
Yeah, and I've never understood people who are just able to like bang out like 2 or 3 pieces in one day. Like, I can maybe make the pattern in one day, and then cutting it out will be one day, and then sewing shit together will be a third day. Like, it takes me forever to finish anything.
So you don't really have the fuck it, that'll do mentality. You have the perfectionist. It needs right.
No, this is trash. It's more the thing that I get tired so fast. So like back in the day, I could maybe bang together like an entire closet cosplay in one day or two, but these past 2 years, just everything takes so much longer because I have to take so many breaks, or my ability to concentrate on something over a long period of time has become worse. So everything takes so much longer. So I have to say, fuck it, that'll do today. Like, okay, so maybe I won't be able to finish all the things I wanted to do today, but this will have to be good enough, sort of thing. But I am a bit of a perfectionist, so I mean, I made the shoulder thing for the Sailor Scouts 3 times before I was like, yes, okay, this is good enough.
That's so not me.
Well, if you had seen my first attempt, you would have tried again too, because it looked like it had been run over. It
Like
was
mine.
it was cosplay roadkill. Like, it was so bad. It was so bad. So yeah, but that's, you live and you learn. If we had given up when we made our first ever cosplays just because the insides of our cosplays looked like a hot mess, we would have never been here today. Because it did. It looked horrible.
Yes.
But I still don't iron my fabrics that I use.
See,
I
there you
can't
go.
be bothered. I hate ironing so much that I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I'm just not gonna do it. Like pressing the seams, I know that the result will look so much better if you do, but like, then I'll have to detach the thing from the sewing machine, go over to wherever the iron is, iron, go back to the sewing machine. I hate going back and forth. I just want to sit by the sewing machine, sew everything, then do like.
Yeah. I know what you
No.
feel. Yes, I can commiserate, absolutely. So yeah, but I do wash my fabrics in and hang them to dry before I cut them, and I do iron them also before I cut them, just because I hate it when you cut something and just because it was wrinkly, you ended up cutting it too short or too long. So I do it because I know that I will hate myself afterwards if I don't.
Yeah, the washing part, no. Ironing part, though, I have done.
Yeah.
I think my reason for it is just because my iron thingy is like this long.
Yeah, that-
I only have like a.
Definitely get a bigger ironing board. That will help.
Like that one.
Yeah.
Like a proper one.
It's like I just don't go out and buy an ironing board. Like then I would have to bring a car.
Yeah. Or carry it with you on the subway. I've done that. I have traveled to IKEA to buy an ironing board and taken it with me on the bus back home.
I mean, it's not heavy.
No,
but
it's just
it's also a
awkward.
money issue. Like for many years, my money from what I've gotten has been able to pay the bills, get food, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like I don't really have money to buy extra things for my house.
True. That happens. Rick Make Stuff says, you mean the insides aren't supposed to be a mess? No one told me that.
Well, it's only the insides is only for you.
Yeah.
It to be a mess. Well,
yeah. I mean, to be fair, the inside of my seams still look a bit messy, but they are light years better than what they used to be.
I sew the wrong way. I also have I always have the seam that's supposed to be inside on the outside because I need to see where I sew.
Yeah. I do that too sometimes, just because. I'm also left-handed, so sometimes just doing things the right way doesn't work for me, so I have to flip things over.
Doing things the right way?
Yeah. But no pun
doesn't
intended.
work for the left way.
I don't do right, I do left.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I do left.
Right. So, yeah, the last thing, we're gonna go on overtime as always. So,
oh yes,
the last thing on my list is: have we ever felt like lesser cosplayers because we buy or modify cosplays?
No, but I felt like a lesser cosplay because I'm such a fucking suck person at making things.
That's not true. You're just
but I feel like it sometimes, especially when people are like talking in depths about details and about how seams are supposed to be, and I'm like, don't look at mine.
No, but I totally understand what you mean. But I think your biggest downfall is that you are so impatient. Like, you just want it to be done, sort of thing.
It's not that I'm impatient. It's just that I don't fucking care. Like, I just want it to be finished. Like, if I wanted to make it pretty, I can. It's just that why would I waste amounts of time for, like, it's a hem. No one's gonna look at this hem. I'm not gonna compete.
No, well, that's the big difference. You know, if you're gonna compete, the hem kind of matters. But if you're just gonna wear it for you, then who the fuck gives a shit?
Yeah, so I clam my pedal for the sewing machine as hard down as I can, and I go like, that's. Then you get done. Then you make one costume in one day.
Yeah, I guess that's how that happens. Well, personally, I don't feel like a lesser cosplayer for modifying or buying cosplays. I really don't.
No.
Because I truly live in the world where cosplay is for fun and cosplay is what you make it. If I wanted to be a professional cosplayer, then that's what I would do. I would focus on, making everything from scratch and, being super perfectionistic on everything. But I'm not. I do cosplay for fun. And as long as I feel like I look good and as long as I'm having a good time with people, that's the most important part. I do, like everybody else, love attention and love compliments and people saying, "Oh my god, you look amazing," because who the fuck doesn't enjoy that? And
Me.
to say, well, you don't like attention in general, but you are the exception that confirms the rule. The point being is, like, I get insecure too, but I just have to believe in the fact that I'm doing this for me and I'm supposed to have fun. And when it stops being fun, you take a break or you stop doing it. Because no one is paying you to cosplay. No one is telling you that it has to be like this or like this or like this. You decide.
Or rather, if you ever feel that people say that to you, say "fuck you."
Yeah.
I'm doing this for me, not
Yes.
you.
Mm-hmm.
I
If you want
appreciate
me
your
to-
input, but shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, you want to say that and pay me, and I'll do
Yeah.
a better job next
Yeah.
time. You're not my employer.
No.
I love buying costumes.
Yeah.
And I love making costumes. I like both.
Yeah. Oh,
my
don't fork with me.
I have one example of where I bought a costume, or rather mixed, because I did Scarlet Witch a few years back.
Yeah, that's
after
true.
the Marvel movie. So I bought a used fake red leather jacket, and I made the dress myself, So for the jacket, I also chopped off the arms because it's not supposed to be long. It's supposed to be like just above the...
Like a 3/4 sleeve.
Yeah. And I dip dyed it because it's also supposed to be like darker at the bottom of the jacket. So it was like it was already made, but I just modified it to fit the costume. And I also used like a fake leather tights that I had with a hole in it that I just not thrown away because I thought that maybe I can use it for cosplay at some point. And I made like the glove thingies that she has from the parts of the leggings that's further down. And yeah, it worked perfectly.
Yeah.
Reusing.
And you looked great.
Thank you.
Ryura says, I have so much fun doing cosplay, be it bought, made, partly bought and made, screen accurate or not. It is fun. And Rick says, I only buy stuff these days. I can't sew at all, so I just clothes, outfits, and make the props and accessories. Yeah, why not? Why not? Also, I will preface, though, that it's okay to give people advice if they ask for it. Like, if people come up to me and just say that, oh, your cosplay could have been so much better if you do this or this or this, not cool. But if people are like on Instagram like, I'm struggling with this, or I feel like some things could have been better, what do you think, or do you guys have any ideas of how I could improve on this, then it's cool to give feedback. I'm not saying that people shouldn't give each other critiques or feedback, just don't be
sensitive about it.
Yeah, don't be a bish about it, basically. And that goes both ways, basically. Because some people get defensive when they get critiqued on things because it's so personal and hits so close to home, and it's a natural response. But sometimes people don't really actually mean to offend you. It just happens. So, everything with a tiny pinch of salt, basically.
Yeah.
All right, So we're moving on. I think we're done with the subject at hand. If you guys have any comments or questions or anything, feel free to send us a message on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. So let's move on over to the last segment of the show, which is Geekery, where we talk about things that we have watched, read, played, or listened to during the past few weeks and recommend them to our viewers, or you guys can recommend us stuff. So, yeah. Do you guys have anything you want to recommend?
I want to recommend playing Minecraft on online realm with your friends, because that's very fun. That's what I've been doing this week.
Yeah.
And I actually have gotten lesser sleep because of it.
That happens. That really happens.
Like 5 hours a night sleep. Oh no! Dragon Prince Season 2 now! Bye! I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, season 3 is up now.
I haven't watched season 2 yet.
No, me neither. I've only seen season 1. And I'm not
then you have so much more to watch. Yeah. I'm very envious of you guys.
I'm always behind on everything. Ryurai, as always, says Fateful Fumble. Thank you.
No. Rick makes them.
Yeah, Rick said Fateful Fumble. Well, there you go. Thank you, Rick.
You need to get your eyes checked.
Yes, I do. It's probably just because Rick and Ryurai were so close in the chat. Probably.
And we're used to having Ryurai.
Yes, that too. Ryurai says Rick beat me to it.
Aw, is it the new competition?
Yeah.
Instead of saying first chat, now it's
we just about Fateful Fumble. We just released the last 2 episodes of the Kestrels podcast. So part 1 and 2 of episode 23 are now available. For those of you who have been looking forward to that. And the new episode of Chicago by Night will be released on the 1st of December per the normal schedule. And we're doing the next live streamed episode of the Kestrels will be on Saturday, the 30th of November. So Saturday this coming week.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And I believe we will be rejoined by Navia. So Rara will be guest playing with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
Right.
What?
I've been working on I'm not sure what the TDP...
Ryurai has been working on a TDP fan art while watching us.
All right.
But what is TDP? Is it the Dragon Prince?
I don't know.
Ah, yes, the Dragon Prince. Yes.
I guess. All right. Cool.
That's awesome.
Let's see. Rick says, I found another anime series that was pretty good. Chio's School Road is the title of that one. Good.
I haven't watched anime in so long, but I really want to.
I watched actually Fate Zero, not yesterday, but the day before that. Just like a few episodes. I haven't watched it before, but I know Ryurai has cosplayed from Fate Zero before. So it's just Fate, yay! So I like it so far. I'm on season 2 now, I think. Yeah.
Oh, there's so many Fate series.
There are so many of them. I started with the first one because I figured that was the way to go about it. Hopefully, I don't know. So yeah, I can recommend it. It's cool. It's a little confusing to begin with because you're kind of like, who are all these people and how are they all connected and why is no one telling me more?
Have you seen Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
That's just like Game of Thrones.
I was never that confused by Game of Thrones, really, but I read the books, so
exactly.
So that might have been the big difference. Ryurai's also been watching The Good Place, which is a really fun show. I really like The Good Place, and just been reading the comic book called Little Black Book versus Blue Blood. Intriguing. I like anything with book in the title. In general.
I have been trying to watch a little bit on Crunchyroll to see if I find any new series. And what I can see is that there are a lot of series where people, like ordinary high schoolers, die and get transported into a new dimension
Oh.
with magic and everything like that. And it's so many similar shows that have that concept now.
Huh. I guess it's a popular trope.
I just my brain just got an idea, not an idea, but it's part of the news thingy, really. You have probably seen the Ahigo face thingy that's been like on a lot of t-shirts and a
Yeah.
lot of wear that people have been wearing, and it's kind of a dirty sexual thing, and it's been like very popular to wear that at different conventions, both in Norway and in other countries as well. And a lot of conventions has now banned that style of clothing and that thing from their conventions that's for kids altogether, which is great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not very kid friendly.
No.
Oh no, but it's really good that people that has conventions actually look into what's popular now, why is it popular, and what does it actually mean.
Yeah, like I believe that people shouldn't be kink shamed or feel bad about liking that kind of stuff. But
no.
As you say, there's an arena for everything, and I don't know if a kid-friendly convention area is the best place to wear that kind of thing.
No.
So I can understand the thought behind it. But look, I mean, it could have been worse. There could have been genitals on those shirts.
Oh yes.
It's just sexual faces, but it's very suggestive.
It is, and I don't really believe that it has that much to do with kinks either, because internet culture and meme culture, and it's become popular because of that.
Yeah.
And people are not really wearing it what it means, but it's more of the community it kind of creates, because it's like this secret society of, oh, I know that meme too. So yeah, I don't think that necessarily wearing it knows why it's offensive either.
Yeah, I've been listening a lot to podcasts recently, so I started to listen to one called Astro Poets. So it's like astrologers who also talk about poetry when they talk about like the zodiac and horoscopes and things like that. It sounds really weird, but it's very entertaining. I like it. I'm Sunniva and Kim have reawoken my interest in like horoscopes and tarot cards and all of that witchy occulty stuff.
It's really fun.
Yeah. So I've been listening to that, and I've been listening to a like investigative podcast called Bad Batch about stem cell research and people who fall for like stem cell scams, basically, who promise that they will be able to fix any health issue that you have. Just inject yourself with these stem cells and you'll be fine. Like, it's a miracle cure, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, not so much. Also, there's also one called The Mysterious Mr. Epstein, which is about an American millionaire who got away with sex trafficking and pedophilia for ages and ages and ages, just because he was powerful and had powerful friends and stuff. And so they go into like a investigation of how he was brought down and arrested and then later found dead in his jail cell. So they're wondering if he killed himself or if it was murder, basically.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun conspiracy theories around it.
So, speaking of podcasts, I have been really, really listening to a Norwegian podcast about crime. It's called True Crime Podden. And I've been like binging it for a week straight. And eventually I told myself I needed to take a break because I got so paranoid at night listening to this thing. Like, oh shit, did I forget to lock the door. Oh, I should definitely go check it now.
Yeah, I think almost all the podcasts I listen to, that one included.
Yeah. I listen to a lot of true crime and serial killer stuff. I do.
Yeah.
A lot. Also, Ryura says that she has pre-ordered the Adventure Zone comic that is coming out next summer. Ooh, nice. I still don't have the first two ones, but I really want them. The first one is Here There Be Gerblins, and the second one is Murder on the Rockport Limited. The Rockport Limited is such a fun arc. For those of you who haven't listened to the Adventure Zone podcast, first season, do it. So funny. So good.
It's very good.
I'm trying to.
Yeah. I mean, what I like about it so much is that it like interchanges between being complete utter bullshit and nonsense to hitting you straight in the feels like that. You're going from laughing so hard you could cry to like my heart, you know.
Yeah.
So
it's such a good story.
It's such a good story. So everyone just needs to listen to that podcast because it's amazing. And the Mackle boys are the best boys. Let's see. Ryura says that she has both the comics, and a friend says she's going to borrow the next one as well, seeing she's not able to listen to all of the episodes.
Nice.
Rick says, I need more hours in the day to listen to all the podcasts and catch up on YouTube stuff. Yes, I agree.
Yeah,
So-
I'm pretty much like all catched up on everything. But 3 hours of travel time every morning and every day when I go to work.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah. So that's 3 hours both ways.
Yeah.
It's not 3 hours one way. That would be hell.
Yeah. I kind of miss the days when I was working for Platekompaniet, which is a record store. I worked in their online shop, and all I had to do for like 7.5 hours a day was just stand there and wrap shit in packaging. So I could just stand there and listen to podcasts for 7.5 hours every day. I was well caught up.
I wish I had that kind of job, really.
Yeah.
I mean, that I could go around just listening to podcasts
Yeah.
all day. I can't. I have to hear children scream all day.
Yes, you do. Choices.
Do you envy me now?
No, I don't. I've never envied you your job because I don't like children.
It's good though.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. I mean, but if it wasn't so hard to stand for those 7.5 hours each day, like physically, it's very draining. Then I might have still had that job.
Yeah, I can totally relate.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I like working with children.
Yes.
Just put it out there.
Yeah.
In case
They're just loud sometimes.
Yeah, they're just loud sometimes.
Yes.
Everyone understand that. Oh my gosh. Everyone understand that. Even the ones that love children the most knows that screaming is not the behavior one wants.
Ryurai says that she is so excited to become a full-time teacher. I get that. I think you'd be a really good teacher. So, and you follow your passions. If teaching and kids is something you enjoy working with, then do it. I've just never been that kind of person.
But then again, you have like 152 siblings.
Yes, that is true. And I am the oldest, so I'm always the babysitter or the one who got the honor of changing diapers when they were small. So So yeah, that definitely didn't help. For sure.
I'm so glad I skipped everything that had to do with the diaper thing when I was a kid.
For sure. No, but I think it's time we wrap this episode up.
Yep.
Or else we're just gonna sit here and talk forever and ever and ever. And
Yeah, we can do that.
Yes, we can.
Definitely.
No problem.
Yeah. But me and Tonya needs to get back to our Minecraft village.
Yeah.
Unless the creeper has blown everything up.
Yeah,
I need to
you never
mine
know.
those diamonds, yo.
Yeah. Gotta love the hashtag overcast. All right. So, thank you guys for watching. We will be back next Sunday on the 1st of December because
It
it
will
is
be the
the
last.
yes, it's the last episode of the season. Which you guys who have been following us for a few years know what that means. That means it's gift giving time. So we're going to be opening some presents And Rick says, wait already. No, Ryurai says, wait already. This season went fast. Yeah, because
Yes.
every other Sunday, and also it's been a long year for a lot of us, and we're just really tired, and we have school and life and work. So we're ending the season a little bit earlier this year. Usually we would probably go until like
16th.
Yeah. But we've just chosen to take a little bit of a break over the holidays.
And it's kind of like the same thing we did this summer when we ended it kind of early. So we have time to plan, time to relax, time to charge our batteries.
Yeah. Yeah.
So next episode, I think we're probably going to talk about what we liked most about this season or this year, memories from this year, and maybe some thoughts about next season.
Yeah. Yeah. We have some ideas, some thoughts, some things. So it'll just be, a cozy pre-Christmas hangout time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're also going to talk about Christmas, I think.
Yes, probably. So we'll see you next Sunday. Thank you for watching. We love you guys.
And before you go,
yes,
we have a Discord. If you aren't a member yet, please click the button, join our Discord. You can talk to us whenever we're online.
Yeah. And
it's
also,
like having your own private show every day.
Yay! Almost.
No.
Also follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the CosCast. All right.
Yes.
That's it. Bye.